let's do a little postpartum check-in. I'm currently 2 weeks postpartum today, and I thought this would be a good time to talk about how postpartum is going for me and all the things that I'm feeling, and also just how I'm healing and adjusting with a new baby, how baby's doing. Russell's doing so good. Sometimes we just don't get a lot of sleep, but I feel like he's just like grunting and doing all those things, and it's not necessarily just him, it's also having 2 other children. As far as how I'm healing, I still feel pretty sore, but I'm just like an active person. So even though I feel like I'm doing the bare minimum, I'm still pretty active. I had a 2nd-degree tear. I feel like it's still like some days I notice if I move too much, I'll be bleeding a lot heavier still. Just trying to take it easy with that. I still feel pretty sore, but there's just nothing I can do about it. And I know I wish I could just sit and heal longer, but that's just not the case having 3 children. And my husband went back to work this week, and so being home all week without him, obviously there's things that I have to get up and do. I can't just like lay in bed and try to heal. But as far as postpartum and like my mental health, I feel like I have like a moment where I do break down and I will have a good hard cry. I cried super hard this morning. There's just times when I've brought it up and I've talked about it, and then someone's made me feel bad, like saying like, oh, are you just really emotional? It is completely normal to feel these wave of emotions with your body changing. You just went through an amazing, crazy experience of giving birth to a human. Going through all of that, coming home, especially if you're a first-time mom, your hormonal changes, everything in your body is like moving back around. Your hormones are leveling out to help now feed this baby and care for this baby outside of your body. All of these feelings that you have are normal. I'm not disconnected from my newborn at all, and that is something that does happen, is some people just feel like they're not forming a bond with their baby. I have this bond. I more so feel this emotion of just like life passing by and just having 3 babies and leaving behind this legacy of, this is a part of me that I'm leaving here. Is this world good enough for them? Or I find myself thinking about, are people going to be good to them? Am I raising good people? Am I raising good babies? Just stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I know that I am, and I'm not always going to be here to protect them, and all I can do is teach them. But that's where I find my head goes. And everyone will think so many different things. I find that how I was raised and how I grew up, I just want my babies to be so happy in their life. And then feeling a bit lonely in postpartum, I think it's always good to set boundaries and stick to those boundaries, because I find now with my 3rd baby that people, I think, also genuinely just care about baby, and they stop caring about mom, or just have never cared about mom. You kind of let those people pour into your life. You start to have resentment and guilt and feeling like, oh, we need to give this to them. I need to share my baby with them. But yet you're still lonely. And so I think it's safe to set boundaries. And that's just like what I've been doing to feel, and ignoring that guilt that I feel, because if it's not serving me, there's a reason. And if someone feels victimized by that from you having a baby, then that is a them problem. So I think with postpartum this go around, it's just like, I know it's not going to last forever, and I have talked to friends and I talked to my husband, and I think that's like the best thing that you can do. It's just been a ride, and I find that sometimes it's not often talked about how you're feeling, and if you do talk about it, that it's not received well. You kind of are made again to feel like you should just be getting over it. I do find creating on here is giving me this space to get back to my old self, or get back to this new version of me as a mom of 3. That's my little update. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you have the best day, and thank you for following along. It's been a little bit of newborn bliss, a little bit of the newborn trenches, as they say, but it's just a mixture of everything, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I love being a mom so much. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye.